Hey guys, welcome back to Bearded Lumber. Matthew and I greatly appreciate you tuning in today. You can see the way I'm dressed this morning. It's still kind of cold. We have got a true southern yellow pine laying up here, and you can see we still got a little bit of snow and ice. There's a lot of the country's got a lot of snow and ice. So I got something unusual today. Hang on, we'll be right back to talk about it. Okay guys, welcome back. I hope you can see me. Looks a little foggy in the camera this morning. You can see my glasses are dark, sun's out, skies are blue. Makes recording a little more difficult, but anyway, let's talk about what we're doing today. I like to film unusual stuff, not just sawing 1x4s, 2x4s, whatever. Had a guy come by a while back, bought some wood, and he had a little different order he wanted to place. Actually, he came to look at the Dawn redwood, and he got a log of it. But he's an artist by trade, does some beautiful carvings, high-end type stuff. I didn't get his permission to tell you who he was or whatever, but he's in kind of the elite circle in the United States of doing this high-end stuff. And he wanted a Dawn redwood, and we're gonna cut it. Basically just gonna cut most of the bark off of it, whack it down to whatever I can get out of it, 10 or 11 by 11, probably a 10 by 10 square. And they wanted 4 of these nice tight grain. Actually, should have been 5, yeah. 5 of these nice tight grain old yellow pines. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna square them up, probably a 10 by 10. Some of them probably pretty good size. They'll make a good square 10 by 10. Some of them will still have some bark on them. And we're gonna sticker them, band them, and put them in our kiln. And I'm gonna run them for 2 cycles to try to help dry them out, speed the process up a little bit, and sterilize them, of course. But some of this will be turning blanks. The majority of it's gonna be carving blanks. And if there's 2 skills in life that I wish I had or think I wish I had, probably glad I don't have them, is I always thought I'd love to paint if I could be good at it, and carve. It impresses me when a guy walks up to a piece of wood with or a piece of marble, anything like that, with a chisel, a chainsaw, you know, whatever, and can look at that piece of wood and see what's inside of it and strip away everything that he don't want to keep. And when he gets done, there's a beautiful piece of art that's left. Same thing with a painter. Take a white canvas and paint, and be able to paint with depth, with color, clarity, and you know, something beautiful at the end. Now, I'm not talking about this garbage we call modern art where they throw paint on the wall, or you know, some of the stupid things you've seen. Anybody can do that. I'm talking about a true artist that can sit down in front of an easel, look out across a landscape, and paint it. Now granted, it's not like a picture. It's their visual interpretation with paint, what they see. That's a true artist. No different than a musician that can sit down and write a song, or a composer that can sit down and write a symphony. These are talents, people. And I think we sometimes minimize those by glorifying these modern artists that just, you know, I could teach my grandkids to do most of that. That don't impress me. This kind of work does. And if I can get his permission, I may try to tell you who he is, give you a website to go to, check out his stuff. But pretty private individual. I may not even ask him, but we're doing it for him. This is something he's working on in the future for different projects. So I found it unusual. I found it refreshing, doing something different. We got a big log out here we need to saw for another customer. Matter of fact, I need to call him. He bought a big maple burl. You've probably seen it in some of our videos sitting out there. Butt cut maple burl. And we got a chainsaw mill it into big 3-inch wide slabs. Another artist doing true work, taking something that, you know, normal people couldn't do and making something beautiful out of it. So, yeah, enough talking. We're here to saw wood. So our goal with these is I'm gonna make them all 10 by 10s. And like I say, some of them will be no bark, but most of them will probably end up with a little bark. So all your logs have normally got taper. This is the big end. Of course, that's the small end. So when I go to cut it, I'm gonna try to center the pith through the log. Now, we don't talk a lot about centering the pith here. Some of the guys I've seen on videos really get off on the deep end about talking about centering the pith. It's important, people. And if you've got one that's way off center, yeah, you need to work on getting it centered. But I normally do that by, when I lay a log up here and it rolls up against my dogs, I can see how much is here versus that end, you know, where it's here. And I'll take and lift the roller on the other end and kind of level it up, because I want to take, if I'm taking 3 inches off of this side, I want to take 3 inches off the bottom side when I roll it 180 degrees. That makes sense? You know, I don't want to pull it up to a level and take 3 inches all the way across. I may want to take 3 inches on this end and 2 inches on the other. And when I roll it over and I drop my dog down, I'm taking a 3-inch cut here and a 2-inch cut out there. And that's basically centering the pith. That's moving the bullseye on your log up to where it's pretty close. It don't have to be perfect. In pine, in our southern species, it does not matter. Okay, let's try that again. GoPro jumped out on me. We were talking about centering the pith on this pine. As long as you get it close, and close I mean within an inch and a half, okay? Those center boards that we cut right through the center of that pith will have a little variation in grain where the pith is kind of running in and out. I have cut and dried hundreds of thousands of board feet of pine. That pith does not cause any problem in southern pine. Now, if you're sawing a different species of wood in your area, it could be a major problem. Now, around here, white oak, red oak, sometimes I thaw through the pith if we're sawing 1-inch boards for a customer. They want them, they want all they can get, they're gonna get them with the pith. Sometimes they'll crack, sometimes they won't. If we're sawing high grade stuff, we'll box the heart and make a 4x4 or 6x6 in the heart. And I say throw it away, but we'll end up making like 4x4s out of it. Now, if we got a customer that's wanting 2-inch slabs as wide as they get them, I tell them up front, you know, we're gonna come down the log, and when we go through the pith, we're gonna go right on through it. And, you know, that's what we do, because it's their log, that's what they wanted. But like I say, if I'm sawing mine, I'm sawing grade lumber for flooring, stuff like that, I'll square out around that pith and get rid of it. And most of the time around here in the oaks, even if you try to saw through the pith, it's not gonna be that good because you got some heart crack, some wind shake in it. And if there's any way you can get rid of it, you're better off to get rid of it. Same thing with cherry. Cherry around here is horrible. If you saw the heart in cherry, you'll get a good board on both sides of the heart, and the heart's just gonna be gone. It'll just crack, split, do its crazy thing. So, enough said about that. We're here to saw these logs for this customer. Like I say, we're gonna go through the 5 yellow pines I got and that one on redwood. I'll show you a little more in depth when we saw that, how pretty the color is. We may not get into the prettiest part of it because we're basically just taking the bark off 4 sides. We've sawed some, you've probably seen the video already for a customer. That stuff is gorgeous. It's probably going in the kiln this week. So that's it. Any questions, let me know. Let's get everything turned on. And like I say, you'll probably see me bump that log up just a little bit, center the pith. Once I find out a number I want to come out over there, and I'll go flat, turn it over, probably bump it up again, flat. And when I turn it over again, I'm gonna be going for 10, 10. And that log's done. Whether it's square or not, in this case, it don't matter because of the end use. Enough talking, let's get to work, guys. Okay, guys, don't get much easier than that. Just whacking out a quick 10 by 10, not worrying about a little bark on the edge of it or anything. You see me pick the tailboard up just a little bit to center my cuts from the big end to the small end. Now I've got the log jacked up like this for a reason. Matthew had to take off. He had to go to the dentist. Whew, I'd rather stay here. So I jacked it up like that. I'll dump the waste off the tractor and I'll come back in here and pick this up. And I got a spot out there we're gonna set them on because they gotta be stickered and banded. There's only 5 of them plus that one. There'll be 6 altogether. It'll be a kind of awkward stack, but still got to be done. So give me just a second to get all this moved around, and I'll probably just go ahead and do these other ones. We'll come back when we do this Dawn redwood after I get this one over on the pile. So hang on, guys. We'll be right back to it. Okay, guys, hope you can see me here. Well, you hear us talk a good bit about cants. This is what a cant is. It has a technical term, you know, a piece of wood, but in the industry, everybody just jokingly calls it a cant because you can't move it. This is pine, but it's still incredibly heavy. I'd have to figure the board footage on it, but it's a couple 100 pounds. It's more than I want to manhandle around just picking up. Now, I got some 8x8 timber on the bottom for another customer. These are our 10 by 10s that we're sawing, and we'll have 5 of them plus that Dawn redwood. Now I've got them on stickers, and I also cut some vertical stickers because I want to be able to band it together without them touching and run it through the kiln. So let me grab these. Now these should fit from top to bottom. Moved over. Let's say these are heavy enough. I'm not gonna be moving them by hand much. I can help it. Now, I got those 3 placed in there. When I bring my next cant, I'll set it, push it tight together, and then we'll do the same thing with the 3rd one. And that'll allow me to band them up without mashing them face to face. But you want to get some air circulation around for your kiln drive. 4 down, 2 more to go. Let's go get them. Okay guys, that's it. Order complete. Got 5 10x10 yellow pine and 1 12x12 dawn redwood. Now these are going to go in the kiln here in just a few days. So we're just pushing, getting down to the nitty gritty to make sure we got them done. Now, how am I going to equal this stack out? Because I got 3 10s, 2 10s, and a 12. Well, let me show you. I cut some spacers that are 2 inches thick and 24 inches long. So, these will go right on top where I intend on strapping it. Now, probably gonna do another video completely about strapping. I had a lot of comments about it, people wanting to learn. So, this is nice, easy work. If I didn't have a kiln, I wouldn't get this work because it needs to be run through the kiln. So if you don't have one and there's any way you can work in your budget, and in your area, you know, find out how many is there. In my area, there's one about 60, 70 miles south. There's one up on top of the mountain that actually works, probably 20 miles away. The other one don't do no work. And unless you go over 100 miles, I couldn't tell you if anybody else nearby that has one. So check your local area. It's a big investment. It may be cheaper for you to just make friends with the person that has a kiln and utilize them as a resource until you can develop enough business to justify the expense, because it is a big expense and it's a monthly expense. That thing don't run on pixie dust. It takes real dollars to make that kiln run 24/7. So anyway, this job is finished. We got our 5 and 1 ready to band it up, run it through the kiln. These are cants, people. I didn't show you, there's a 2x4 lead over there that, you know, I use that anytime I need to kind of wiggle them around, because I do this every day and I don't want to be hurting. I don't want to miss a day of work because I let my ego get the best of me trying to handle something I knew better. But you got any questions, comments on this video, please leave them in the description or in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer them. I answer hundreds and hundreds of questions every month. Now granted, I can't write paragraphs. And there's some things that might be better off watching some of our videos. We cover a lot of these topics in our videos, and sometimes I'll link a video to your question, you know, where I've covered it in great detail. But big shout out to Matthew and Solomon doing our videos. Can't thank them enough. I'm missing Matthew. He's gone to the dentist, but he'll be back after lunch. So thanks to Solomon doing helping Matthew with all our videos and our editing. Them two they're good at it. They put me to shame. But we hope to be down in Florida here before long and meeting with Erica and Solomon, spending some time we'll try to do our best to do some videos while we're there. And shout out to Joe Maine. I didn't talk about it, but we run a Wood Mizer Turbo 7 55 thousandths blade sawing this wood. And I know I'll get some comments, oh, you shouldn't run a 55 on a LT35. You're correct. It don't hurt the mill, but it does hurt the blade. The longevity of the blades are not half what a 45 thousandths would be. But I've sawed enough board feet in my life that it's worth the expense for me to run a 55 for the cut quality and the laser straight I get in our southern pine species. Now, if I'm sawing poplar, I run a 45. If I'm sawing oak, I normally run a 45. I generally save my 55 thousandths blades for southern pine, white pine, Virginia pine, yellow pine, forest pine, because the knots are just as hard as concrete. And I like to saw fast. And yes, I can saw it with a 45, but I got to saw slow so that when you encounter that knot, it's got time to eat through it before it tries to jump over it. These 55s, I saw through them just like there's nobody's business. As long as the blade's sharp, it does what it's supposed to. So, if you got any questions on blades or mills or edgers, sharpeners, setters, anything like that, give Joe Maine a call. His information in the description below. I mean, he's just a great individual. We call him out because he's here helping us small businesses, and he'll be glad to help you. That's going to do it for today, guys. Appreciate you watching. As always, if you would, like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.